It's Sunday evening, June 6th, and I'm trying to set up my week. Hello, traders. Let's see if we can find some trades. Let's take a look at the market, see what we've got for the week ahead. Right now, I'm not looking for anything big coming out of the market. You can see how Friday we had a nice little rally and we tested the all-time high. One, two, third time that we're testing that high. Every time that we test the high, we tend to see some profit taking and the market pulls back a little bit. The fact that we've been able to maintain all of these gains for a little while and stay right within striking distance tells me that there's a decent chance that we might break out to the upside, but the volume is anemic. There's nothing going on. The bad news is that we are heading into a news vacuum. There is nothing coming out for a couple of weeks. We just got a big round of major economic news. ISM services and ISM manufacturing were incredibly strong. ADP was incredibly strong. The jobs report Friday seems to be going against everything else. There wasn't even a big revision up in April. I don't get it, but then again, you've got the government putting the numbers together, so I really don't trust them. Everything that I see, be it ADP or the weekly initial jobless claims numbers, all the other economic statistics are robust. Employers are claiming that they can't find qualified people. That tells me that there's a lot of hiring going on right now. Just not seeing it in the jobs report. Friday, traders who are worried about the economy overheating and the Fed perhaps having to tighten before they want to took a breather because the jobs number was a little soft. I think the most important part of that jobs number was the hourly wage component. It was only at 0.5% instead of 0.7% the month before. Wages are the largest input cost for employers, for companies, and that would be inflationary. We are seeing lots of other signs of inflation right now, and that is what is spooking investors right now. Valuations are pretty high on the market, and you've got the notion that maybe the Fed is too conservative in their inflation estimates, that things are going to get a lot hotter than 2.5% inflation, and perhaps it's not transitory for only a quarter or two at the most. Perhaps it lingers for a year while these supply disruptions are resolved. And that would cause interest rates to go up. There's also the notion that the Fed may have to start tapering soon. Any whisper of tapering is going to definitely weigh on the market. All the economic news is out of the way. We've got earnings out of the way. There's really nothing to drive the market here. These are the summer doldrums. That means that the volume drops off. And look, right here, you can see the volume has steadily been declining. That indicates that there is a very low level of conviction right now. Yes, momentum favors the upside, and in a news vacuum, the current momentum typically prevails, but I don't think we're going to see a big breakout and a runaway rally. Just don't see it happening. We've had lots of opportunities in here on good news, and here on good news here, nothing. So I think we're in a range. I'm not excited to go out and buy stocks. I think there are going to be plenty of opportunities to get long. I'm only interested when we get a drop. When we get a drop, then I'm looking to put bullish put spreads on. Otherwise, I'm day trading like mad. I have no reason to take swing trades right now. We are finding so many great day trades, and this is not just a bunch of bluster. The sector rotation has been super brisk every day. One day meme stocks are hot. Another day energy stocks are running. Another day it could be the financials. It could be the Chinese stocks. It seems like every day there's a super hot group, and Option Stalker searches are helping us root these stocks out very, very early in the day. And then once we get on them, they tend to run through the course of the day. It's really been an incredible day trading environment. With the market not doing a lot overnight, there's no real reason to take that overnight risk. Plus, option implied volatilities are minuscule, they're dropping dramatically, and in a lot of cases, I'm finding wider option bid-ask spreads. So it's just flat out harder to get any spreads on. I do have some stocks. We're going to take a look at some in just a few minutes. I ran a bunch of searches. I'll show you a couple of the criteria that I like to use. In this particular instance, strength versus SPY on a 4-hour basis and a daily basis. Stock was above the prior day's high on Friday, and it had heavy volume Friday. Also, good option liquidity. These were the stocks that came up in the list, and there were quite a few really decent ones in there. You'll see Sienna in there. I highlighted that one. Avid was another one, AVID, that looked pretty attractive to me. Again, I wouldn't rush out and trade anything, but I do like this compression here. So first of all, stock breaks out, rally after the number, comes back and checks the breakout. Nice candle right there, bullish candle. A couple days later, we get this big bullish engulfing candle right here, and then it starts to grind. And look at that volume. I really like Avid. This is a really good stock. Doesn't have very liquid options, so this is one that I would want to key off of for day trading, but I like the stock. There's no bullish put spread to be sold on this one, but AVID is definitely one that I would have on the list. So I'm going to add this to the watch list as well. And as I went through the list, I saw a number of other stocks that look good. So Sienna, and I noted them. So this is one of the searches that I ran. You'll see a bunch of symbols in here. If I wanted to, I could tighten this list up by simply making sure that those option implied volatilities are, the option liquidity is much higher, and that helps me narrow the list dramatically. So let's take a look at a couple of the stocks that I found. Another search that I used was I was looking for trade signal new, and we'll go up and click that, take a look at that list very quickly. That also yielded some nice stocks. This EVRI looks good. And then I also used trade signal on a daily basis. This yielded a few more results. So let's take a look at the stocks that I found. Again, I am not advocating that you go out and start buying these Monday morning, but watch them. I think they all want to go higher. I think you'll have lots of opportunities to get long. So here's some of the stocks that I like. I really like BNTX. Horrible option liquidity. So this is not one that I would want to try and trade options on, but I would trade the stock. Look at that beautiful breakout right there. Big volume. Love the fact that the stock is continuing to make higher lows. That tells me that buyers are getting more and more aggressive until finally it has a nice breakout. And this is a short little rest on Thursday, and then Friday, hello, off to the races. Take a look at the 5-minute chart. Very, very strong all day. And look at that closing volume. BNTX is a stock that you will want to watch next week. CIEN, not a big mover at all. I do like that earnings gap higher right there through the 100-day moving average. It also gets through the all-time high at $58. This stock looks like it wants to grind higher. Big volume, horrible option liquidity, wide bid-ask spreads. You wouldn't expect that because Sienna is a pretty liquid stock. Dell is a stock that I highlighted last week. I still like Dell. I think that it makes a new all-time high. Held up really well. It's been holding the gains, really nice gains after earnings. So I think Dell works well. EVRI, love this chart. This is a nice chart. We've got this horizontal resistance here with a breakout to the upside. That's also another resistance level. You can see how we cleared that. Here is the key, and I cannot impress this enough upon you. You must have extremely heavy volume. Extremely heavy volume. If you don't have that, you have no trade, because right now the market is at a standstill and the stock is going to have to do all of the heavy lifting on its own. Well, you better have institutions in there buying the heck out of it and driving that stock higher, because otherwise it's going to be dead wood just like everything else, just sitting and chopping around in a trading range. Big time volume, relative strength, technical breakout on a daily chart. You get those three elements together, your probability of success increases dramatically. EVRI. I like it. mRNA, Moderna. I like that breakout there. You can see to a new high. Decent little volume coming in. ORCL is another stock that I highlighted on Friday. I love this horizontal breakout. I think this stock continues to grind higher. So ORCL is a stock that I really do like, and big volume here. But because I highlighted it Friday, I'm not going to be jumping up and down because you probably already saw this in my previous video. TIGR is another stock that I've highlighted. I like this horizontal breakout. I like the fact that it's been able to hold the 100-day moving average. It is a Chinese brokerage firm. Chinese stocks have been very weak. This stock is also bucking the trend in Chinese stocks. Massive volume here. So I like it. I think this stock also sets up well. Avid, we've already taken a look at. Let's go back to the S&P 500. Yes, I think there's a chance that we float higher and break out, but light volume gains can be very, very easily stripped away at a moment's notice. So if you get in here and you go, oh, here we go, new high, that looks great. Oh gosh, this one for sure. Look at that. Two green candles stacked one on top of the other. And we got a little bit of volume coming in. Let's use the crosshair tool to see exactly which days though. There you go. This is nice. And then the gains get stripped away a couple of days. And right there, we wiped out about 3 weeks worth of upward price action just on that little move right there. So you've got to be very careful in this market. The best thing is to really wait for those dips. Then you can get more aggressive. We have reasons for people to be taking profits right now. We have reasons for people to be buying dips. That means that the market stays in a trading range. We go into the summer doldrums and we have a news vacuum for a few weeks. So trim your size, trim your trade count. Don't waste your capital in a low probability trading environment. If you're able to watch the market during the day, hallelujah. Day trading's never been better. Be very patient with your swing trades, and the stocks that I just showed you, these all set up really well Monday, and a number of them look like they want to continue to go higher, and they will set up well for a swing trade as well. That's all I've got for you tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching this YouTube video. I'm Pete Stolzers, and I'm going to keep the trade ideas coming along with lots of education, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and please turn on your notifications so that you never miss another trade. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up. I've loaded 2 other videos that I think you're really going to enjoy. Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.